I was once conducting a workshop with one of the engineering college in Kolkata. This college has opened a particular department called the EDC, the Entrepreneur Development Cell. And during this workshop, once a student asked me a question. Now, this was a workshop on leadership and entrepreneurship as a new way to provide back to the society by the people or the students, irrespective of their fields of study. One such question which arose was, sir, according to you, who is the most important person in any organization? Is it the president, the chairman, the vice chancellor, or the investors? Simultaneously, the answers were for educational institution is the principal, the vice chancellors, and so on. For commercial institutions, it is the president, chairman, the founder, the CEO. But during the workshop, when we delved deep into an analysis of the position and the responsibilities delivered by each, what revealed was it is irrespective of the person who holds the position, it's the chair or the position which holds the maximum power. The power or the responsibilities are entrusted to the chair, to the position, not to the person who's occupying it. The person is just an executionist who executes the deliverables as expected from that particular chair or the position. So when you are in that particular chair and you are somebody who's going to take decision on behalf of the organization for its benefit, for its growth, for its expansion, how do you ensure that you are taking the right decisions? In the ancient scriptures, it's mentioned that the right decision is always arrived by discussion with close consultants, advisors, teachers, gurus, and friends. Friends who are referred as mitra. Now, if we categorize, so we find that to arrive to a decision, because many a times it happens that we are unsure whether the decision which is being taken by us is actually to the benefit of the organization, its employees, and the process. It shouldn't be that a decision taken in a haste or out of an impulse breaks the organization, because it is a decision which either breaks or makes the organization. Its manpower, its maximization of revenue, and its expansion. So when you are that leader, when you are that manager, when you are that director, heading the operation, heading the department, or heading the process, who do you consult? So if we categorize, there are three different categories of people whom you can approach. The first category is the advisors. Now, who are the advisors? Like yesterday we have spoken about the consultants. Now, these advisors are those who has an in-depth knowledge about a certain process, a certain manufacturing process, manpower resource control process, legal process, or environmental policy related processes. Now, these are experts in their respective fields who have done their in-depth research, who have done their in-depth study of the existing policies, existing process, and existing organizations with which they have worked in their past experiences. Now, these are the people, the advisors, who makes the closest circle of any leaders. You must be wondering, like when we approach any leader or any VVIPs, you will find a lot of people, their secretaries, their advisors, the counselors, all always circling around them. Now, these leaders are constantly circled around by these people. These are the people who advises them constantly with their sharp intellect, with their sharp observation and their tactical information knowledge. These are the people who guides the leaders, guides the advisors, guides the directors. So when you are that person responsible to that chair, you need to have that close inner circle of advisors with varied experience and knowledge, irrespective of the kind of process that you're working with. A process might look great in terms of productivity, in terms of man management, in terms of like revenue maximization and everything, but you might be overlooking that environment policy of which you are not aware of. So the advisor can guide you, your organization or your department or your operation to the right track. Now, second comes in India, it is the land of teachers, the gurus, who have been revered and respected over centuries. Knowledge in India has been parted over by these teachers through Shravan, Shruti, and their verdicts and the writings of strict, scriptures. So, when you are that leader, when you are that decision maker, you need to have that teacher to whom you can always approach in terms of understanding the concept, the feeling, the emotion, and as I always mention, the emotional quotient. Your teacher or your spiritual guru is the person who can show you the path towards the right way of handling your emotion. Many a times, what appears right in terms of business, in terms of revenue maximization, might not be ethically right. So, in those dark decision making time, it is your spiritual guru or it is your teacher or the mentor to whom you should approach and ask for their feedback. And the feedback that they provide is from their vast experience and the virtue of the experience which they have gained working with similar situations or similar occasions. So when they are advising you about a certain aspect, you need to take into consideration those. You need to work on those, you need to implement those, and many a times you need to change what you've been thinking or completely abolish what you've been thinking of undertaking, because that particular mentor, that particular guru, or that particular teacher might be able to show you the side which is not being considered by you. It might be, the product might be great, the product might be very useful and everything is fine, but the manufacturing process might be involving a lot of chemicals which might be dumped into the Ganges or into any other main rivers. Now, the rivers being the main source of water, when the spiritual gurus or the teachers or your mentor says that you should take care of the environment, you should not do this, that is the time when you need to step back, when you need to think about involving that environment consultant who can guide you towards the same thing through an environmental friendly approach. And third is your friends. Everybody has that close inner circle of friends to whom they can retire to ask for feedback, and they do not need to pretend with them. They can be open, they can be, opening up their heart to them, and they can be sharing all the feedback, expecting the friend to either completely criticize it if it is not absolutely right, or appreciate it, or even recommend certain changes. For those people are the ones who are aware of who you are, what you are supposed to do, and the kind of person you are. So many a times when we get lost into the new kind of personality that we have been developing with our professional career, our friends are able to look through those layers of development and go back to the core person that I and you were, and they can guide you to the right direction. So when you are that person who's taking that right decision, who's bound to the chair, who's bound to that position, please be very, very careful as to have the right kind of advisor, consultants around you to advise you to the right course of action. You should have that open mind and open heart to approach your teacher, your mentor, or your spiritual guru for the kind of confusion that might be arising in your mind. And above all, you should always have that close circle of friends to whom you can approach with whatever you're thinking, and they can give you the right feedback. Ultimately, the decision is yours. You need to take the strong stand, you need to take the strong decision, but an informed decision through discussion is much more better than an impulsive decision. So, guys, with that note today, I would advise, when you are in a position which is demanding, which is authoritative, and which has that impact of either making or breaking the organization, please do not take the decision all by yourself. Please consult your advisors, approach your mentors, and talk to your friends. In that way, the 360-degree view about what you're trying to do would be clarified. You will have better clarity, and you can go ahead and contribute much better, driving the organization, driving your team, driving the employees. With that note today, guys, I wish you all the best, and I wrap up this morning session of Morning Vibes with Career Counseling Online. Today is Wednesday. Today we are going to talk to one of the entrepreneurs, and you are most welcome to join us around 8 p.m. the watch party which we do with the Mindset program. Today we are going to have somebody who is into the field of information technology and who has traveled a long way. He has learned a lot, he has contributed a lot, and he has started something completely new out of the situation that is arising, in terms of IT. So he is somebody who would resonate with many. If you're thinking about launching that startup or operation of yours, if you're thinking about the confusion of an entrepreneur's mind, please join us today at 8 p.m. for the Mindset program, and we will have a wonderful session, I can assure you. That note today, guys, stay home, stay safe, and stay focused. And as I always mentioned, learn, contribute, and evolve.